Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. Thank you for watching, thank you for all your likes, thank you for subscribing, and most of all, thank you for your energy with me. I can feel it particularly today. We're heading into the new moon and the Lion's Gate portal energy. It's very powerful at the moment. I actually had to go and light some candles and just try and process it a bit before I came to do this reading today. I am going to do a follow-up reading to my Meghan Markle bullying reading, which had such an unfortunate outcome, and I know upset a lot of you. It upset me to see the card that came out in the end, that it looked like she was going to get away with her shenanigans, make a bit of an apology, and it would all be swept under the carpet. And now rumor has it that the staff in question, who have signed NDAs and obviously can't go to the press, can't really do anything public, but apparently those staff are now going to HBO. A second season of The Prince has been commissioned, and the staff apparently are telling tales to the producers of The Prince. Fascinating if it's true. I have to say, this is all rumor, this is allegedly, this is a tarot reading for entertainment purposes only. But it will be interesting to see if in the second season of The Prince we see banana bread being made in the middle of the night, loaf after loaf, moon bumps being dropped on bedroom floors. What else? Hot tea being thrown. We know she likes her tea. We saw it in that 40 by 40 presentation. She was drinking her tea. Melissa McCarthy was, of course, mocking the Brits terribly with her gloves and her hat and her tea set. So we know she does enjoy her tea. So let's see. I'm going to do a Celtic cross. I'm going to look at what's going on with those ex-aides of Meghan Markle, the ones that were allegedly bullied. See what's going on with them, whether they are in fact talking to HBO. If they are, what we're going to see, and how does Meghan feel about it. I'm using the Venetian tarot today. Whoops. Which is a small deck. It's easy for me to fit on screen in a Celtic cross, but it's also a very good tale-telling deck. And I think that there are some tales to be told today. I'm hoping that there are some tales to be told. Let's see what the cards have to say. I'll move them so we can see them all. Underlying energy is the Eight of Swords in the reverse. I'll show you the card in the upright because you won't be familiar with this deck, I doubt. It's a lovely deck. A Swiss man has made it. I think I bought this off Etsy a long time ago. Venetian Tarot. Eight of Swords in the reverse. So this is people being liberated from a prison. This man is out of the stock when the card is in the reverse and free to tell his tale. That's a promising and most auspicious start. So let's hope it continues in this vein. Eight of Cords in the reverse. Eight of Cords. Listen to me. Eight of Swords in the reverse as the underlying energy. And look who's sitting underneath is the Death card and the Three of Swords as well. So, big change coming up. Somebody is going to feel heartbroken at the end of it all. Interesting energy. So, let's see the situation that the staff currently find themselves in. These aides. The Two of Cups. This is a partnership card, of course. And if they are going to HBO, they are going as partners. They are going to do deals. And it's emotional because it's the cups, Twos are always about pairings and very often about choices. This is an emotional choice. It's an emotional decision to go to HBO and tell their tales, if this is what they are doing, allegedly. Their challenge, what's in their way. We know they've signed NDAs, and we get the Three of Pentacles in the reverse. And that is the NDAs. There's the contract that they've signed as how to get themselves out of this contract, this teamwork, a part of being the royal team. They've had to sign these contracts, and they're trying to break them. They're trying to break these contracts now in a surreptitious way, working around this contract that they've signed. So definitely deals being made, but it's from an emotional point, and definitely trying to break their contracts in a very, very subtle way, clever way. So what is their underlying motivation for doing this? What is going on behind the scenes? What don't we know? Five of Cups. The Five of Cups is, of course, terrible sorrow. Terrible. They really couldn't be unhappier when you see that card, and all the whispering and the gossiping going on in this card, and this person so upset in the front. They just hate it. They hate all the rumors. They hate all the whispering, and they are just genuinely very, very unhappy. They hate the upset that they have all been through. They are hurt. They are genuinely hurt when you see this. And I saw the Death card and the Three of Swords. I showed it to you at the start of the reading. They are very, 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 very upset, and who can blame them? I'm sure that we're all absolutely horrified by the things that we have heard, and the fact that some of them seem to have needed counselling and help, and have not gone back into work afterwards, allegedly. So what is their focus? What is their goal with this going to HBO? And I get the Two of Swords in reverse, and this is another card. I'll show you it in the upright so you can look at it. This is another card of speaking out. When the Two of Swords is in the upright, it's not speaking out. It's being faced with a dilemma and not knowing which way to turn. But when it's in the reverse, of course, swords are the indication of speech, of messages. The Two of Swords in reverse, it's unblocked. That silence is unblocked. They want their truth to come out. Meghan has her truth. These people, all 12 or 10 or 12, I've forgotten how many there are allegedly involved in the bullying inquiry. These people want their truths to come out. They've made that decision. It's a difficult decision, and they've been pondering over it. The Two of Swords in reverse is always a difficult decision that you hesitate to make. You may delay making, but they want their truths out. They absolutely want to speak in this way, whatever way is possible, however ludicrous this may seem. It's definitely a tempting prospect for them. So what has happened in the recent past? And I suppose in this question I'm really asking, how's the bullying inquiry going? And we get the Nine of Swords, and the Nine of Swords in reverse. A lot of swords coming out here, and a lot of energy of being liberated from difficult situations, because the Nine of Swords in the reverse is, of course, being liberated from worry and stress. They have been terribly stressed by this. We can see this, the Eight of Swords here, the Five of Cups, the Two of Swords. They've been terribly stressed, terribly worried, anguishing, is it such a word, over what to do. And now they're feeling that they can, in fact, start to recover from the stress, from the worry, have their say. And of course, as I say this, the husky in the garden is starting to have his say. He has been for a very long walk. He should be very tired and sleeping, but he's talking. Anyway, it looks like the bullying inquiry is underway, and they are having their moments to tell their truths, tell their sides of the stories, to get over the misery that has been inflicted on them by Meghan Markle, allegedly, and of course seconded by Prince Harry, who did little or nothing to help staff that had been in the royals' employ for a very long time and had been loyal and faithful to members of the royal family, including Prince Harry. It's so far a very unhappy read for the staff, as one would expect. And what is going to be happening next with them? What are they going to be doing? Four of Swords, again a Swords card, and again this card is in the reverse. The Four of Swords, of course, is healing, being silent when it's in the upright, being silent, being reflective, trying to heal, taking yourself out of a difficult situation so that you can heal. They haven't been able to heal yet. Cards in the reverse, they cannot heal until their side of the story is told in whatever way possible. Again, a communication card, and again, a restless, not happy energy. They are struggling. They are struggling with what has happened to them, and they are genuinely struggling to heal. And I can feel this energy off this reading, that they really are suffering. It's appalling. It's absolutely appalling. I'm not going to go on another rant right now. The energy is too intense. My crown chakra is actually buzzing while I'm doing this reading. But we can all see the cards. We can see what's going on. So they are talking. Seemingly, are they talking? What's going to come out? What are we going to see? What results of this are we going to see? Four of Cups. And the Four of Cups is normally the card of a cup being offered and rejected. But this person in this depiction of the Four of Cups has actually fallen into a river, into a situation of despair, and is now being fished out. So I do think that they are going to talk to the people at HBO, that this is their way out of their misery. And this isn't the standard interpretation of this card, but I was guided to choose this deck very specifically because of the storytelling in the illustrations. And in this story, the card, this helping hand is being offered, and it may be being accepted, it may be being rejected. So possibly they are going to talk to HBO, and HBO is not going to accept their offered stories. That's one version that I'm getting off this. Possibly some other help has been offered to them, that famous apology that I saw in the previous reading, and they don't want it. There are various ways that we can read this card, and I think it will be clearer when we see the outcome of this reading. And also the next card, because the next card is Meghan Markle aware of this move on the part of her ex-staff, and how does she feel about it? She doesn't care. She thinks she's invincible. Strength card, that's her card, the Leo card. She absolutely thinks, well, they can try their best. I have all the power. I have them leashed here. Literally, I have the lion leashed. The lion is my servant. And there I am, lording it over them, and there is the palace in the background. And look at me, nobody can bring me down. I am absolutely invincible. I've tied them up with the NDAs that we saw here. There is nothing that they can do. And it may be that HBO says, no, sorry, fascinating as those stories are, we can't go ahead with them as plot lines in our next season because we'll be in terrible trouble. We know how litigious Meghan Markle is. So what are the staff hoping for? What are they fearing from all of this? Oh my, the world. They want it out there. They want their stories out there. They want the whole world to see what happened. And there again is the tower in the background. There is the royal palaces. They want everybody to know, and they want this chapter ended. They want it ended successfully for themselves. They want some kind of happy ending to this miserable scenario that we have seen the cards paint here. Are they going to get their wish? Drum roll. What is going to be the outcome of this? Looks like it with the star. It does look very promising for them. The star, of course, is hope, is optimism, is healing, is almost divine intervention because you are on the right path, and so the divine steps in and assists you. It does look as if they are going to get help here in this card. I wasn't sure about the reading of this card. I like to see how you read it, because I'm thinking from your comments so far that a lot of you are very experienced readers as well and will have input. But this looks very, very promising. It looks like it could be very public. It looks like it could be very successful. And major arcana popping out there in the last few cards, that whatever Madame thinks, however invincible she thinks she is, it looks as if for once good is going to triumph in this situation, and we can only hope. I'm going to be doing a reading on the subject of good and evil and the royal family as a battleground for good and evil in the next few days, when I can get the strength up to do it. But that card, the star, and I'm sorry it's not very well in view here, this card bodes well. On that note, I'm going to leave you. I'll see you on the next reading.